Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. It's Sabrina and Alyssa.
We are so excited to welcome you all to the city of Oxford's very first City Talk podcast episode. How do you feel about it, Sabrina?
I'm very excited, a little nervous. Biggest thing is just to kind of let everybody know about everything that's happening in Oxford.
So, the goal of this podcast is to bring information to the citizens, visitors, and business owners of Oxford on what's happening throughout the city. You have questions, we have questions, but we also have some answers. And there's lots of projects going on. So, we thought, what better way to bring all of this information to you than through the podcast? Also, I would like to say that we are super excited to partner with Next Door Radio, Trey Snide, who's here with us. Say hi, Trey.
How you doing?
Yeah. So without him, all of this would not be possible. So please make sure to thank him whenever you send him in your questions, because we will do that. So what we'll talk about today is, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there is some construction going on out there in the
Can
city.
you say that again?
There's construction? Did you not know that?
Well, it's not road construction, it's water and sewer construction.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So they are actually replacing, what's that, 100-year-old pipes or 120-year-old pipes. It is a lot of work, but I tell you what, it's great for our downtown businesses to get the water that they really need.
Yeah, absolutely. And plus, in case there's any type of main breaks or water breaks, this is really going to help in terms of minimizing those, because we've had more of those pop up in the past several years. But let's talk about roundabouts. Everybody loves roundabouts, right?
Yeah, well, I think it's a great opportunity to have roundabouts in here in Oxford because I kind of studied a little bit about it. It's great for pollution. It is great for traffic flow.
How is it great for pollution?
So instead of stopping at red lights and constantly idling, you're constantly flowing through traffic. So it actually prevents traffic pollution.
I did not know
Me
that.
neither.
You learn new things every day,
Wow.
guys. So we will be getting a new roundabout in downtown Oxford. Don't really know when yet, but if you haven't noticed, everybody's noticed this, but there is a section of Williamsboro Street that is not paved.
Yeah.
That section there will be a new roundabout. And I know some of you are kind of flipping out already, but it's okay. It's going to look gorgeous, we promise. Hopefully.
It will.
Yeah.
I think it will. The city of Oxford, our engineer department, our contractors, they're all working really hard to get this completed. And I think it's going to be a great thing for Oxford.
Yeah.
Also, it's big enough for any traffic flow to go through, even the fire trucks. That's how big it's going to be. So it's not going to impede on any emergency vehicles to go through.
Yeah. And just in case there are other questions, we do, or the engineering department and DOT do talk with our emergency services to make sure that the vehicles are able to either go through, go over, or go around the roundabout. So they are consulted for these projects, which I know that's actually a pretty big question that I see a lot of on social media, is whether or not people can understand that. So another question that we've gotten a lot about the sewer line construction in downtown is why it does not happen at night instead of during the daytime hours, which I definitely understand because it is such a inconvenience during the day.
Oh, definitely.
But one of the reasons for this is because it's just not safe for the crews to be out there working at night. And they don't necessarily have the staffing numbers, nor do they have the equipment to keep all of their workers safe. So that is one of the reasons.
Yeah, definitely. We want to make sure that everyone is safe in Oxford. And it's a very dangerous job to have to work on the roads, especially when fast cars are going by. Luckily we haven't had any incidents here, but I know a few months ago Raleigh had an incident, which kind of hit home to our engineer department, and we really focused on the safety of the hardworking construction workers out there.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get their job done and do it well and then go home to families. So, not only us as drivers should stay safe. Let's stay safe for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And another reason is just the supply chain.
Yeah.
So asphalt is only available during the day. They don't necessarily have evening hours where we can get asphalt. So it
no.
makes it harder
And
to
then
collect
with the
those.
weather changing, it's hard to get asphalt when the weather's colder. I know every once in a while I'll get email and it's like last minute and I have to try to put it out. Whereas we were hoping to get, emails from the contractor, up to 24 to 48 hours in advance. But it's hard to really get that asphalt. So they try to get the information to us as soon as possible. And so as soon as I receive it, I try to put it out. But with the weather coming up, with it being cold, it really affects how asphalt is put down.
Yeah. So we'll keep you guys updated on the infrastructure updates going on. But let's move into some fun topics. People like fun topics.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
We'll have a good old time.
Yeah, so the holidays are coming up. You can't forget Thanksgiving, of course.
Oh, no.
But we all know the best holiday is Christmas. But I
You
might
sure?
be a
'Cause
little biased.
I
on that.
think Thanksgiving's the best with all the food and turkey and mashed potatoes and stuffing.
But one of the things to look forward to coming up is not only Small Business Saturday, which is November 25th, where anybody can go out to any local shops and just support local guys. If you understood how important it is, one, your money is going back into your community. You will know where your money is spent. And two, it helps out that small business owner. Like that is their livelihood. So please go out. I say do it all the time, but definitely do it on Small Business Saturday on November
Oh,
25th.
definitely.
Yeah.
And it's great to go out shopping in your own town. Our town has so many different things. Great, Christmas presents, great was it stuffing stuffers?
Stocking stuffers?
Stocking
Did
stuffers.
you say stuffing
So what are you
stuffers?
talking about?
I don't know. The stuff that you put in the stockings, the big socks. But it's things like that. I feel like Oxford is very charming.
Yeah,
Because you just
absolutely.
kind of have everything. Even if you don't grab actually products, grab gift cards. I don't know about y'all, but I like gift cards.
Did you say gift cards or grift cards?
I think I said gift cards, but it's
Completely
supposed to be
different
gifts.
things.
They're all the same. We're
No.
But another day that you can go out shopping and it's all day, is this year's Jingle and Mingle in downtown, which is going to be encompassing all of the retailers and hopefully all of our restaurants and just basically everyone in downtown. It's going to be the best day to come out and shopping in downtown Oxford.
Yes.
We're going to have Christmas music, Christmas food, yum. But of course, also, we can't forget the Lighting of the Greens and the Christmas Parade on December 8th. And I am super happy because on this day, I'm going to have my new event coordinator, Brianne Elliott, there. And she's awesome. So I'm super excited for you
Yay.
guys to get to meet her and to see her out there doing her thing on December 8th in downtown Oxford.
Yeah. That's going to be exciting.
But Sabrina, you know something we didn't do?
What?
We did not introduce who we are.
Oh.
Shame
well,
on us.
I know.
So I'll go first. I'll say I'm Alyssa Blair. I am the Downtown Development Director for the City of Oxford, and I have been with the city for a little over 4 years now, but I am no stranger to the City of Oxford. I grew up here. My family moved here when I was 4 months old, and I've been here ever since. Now, that's not true. I left, and then I came back, and I started working for the city in 2019, and then COVID happened. I don't remember what happened during the year of 2020.
Does he want?
Exactly. I don't know. And then I became the Downtown Development Director in November of 2022. And basically, my job is working on the economic development and vitality of downtown Oxford. But I try to include the entirety of the city in any of my projects. And just because downtown Oxford is a core of Oxford. However, it expands throughout, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. So what happens in the city of Oxford throughout the community affects downtown. What happens in downtown affects the
Everybody
community
in the
as a whole.
community, yes.
Exactly. So I definitely try to make sure that my work shows that, and no matter what is happening in downtown, that it will have positive benefits for our community members as a whole. So,
Yeah.
outside of that, I'm a huge dog lover. I will always talk about my dogs, no matter what situation. If you can't tell because I'm talking about them right now. Bella and Toby, my babies.
Is that a shout out to Bella and Toby?
Is a definite shout out to Bella and Toby. I do have cats also, but go to sleep, Oliver and Luna.
All right. So I am the new communication specialist. Name is Sabrina Richards. I actually just started this year at the City of Oxford, so I'm very excited. I am very grateful. I am learning a lot. This is a career change for me, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity. I've worked in government before. This is actually working in municipality and learning new things. I am not from Oxford. I am from good old Florida. And then my husband and I moved here about 11 years ago to North Carolina because of military. And then when he separated from the Marines, we moved out to Wake Forest. Lived in Wake Forest for a good while. And then when we were looking to buy a home, we looked at all the surrounding areas, and Oxford just really stood out to us. Mainly because when I drove downtown and just driving around the city, it reminded me from home. It reminded me of home, that small town charm where you can get out and you can walk around. When we first moved here, walking around, people just said hi. So it was nice to have really friendly people in the town. Seeing
And that was 3 years ago.
that was yes.
So that was during COVID, y'all.
Well, yeah. It was actually we moved out here 2020, but even in our neighborhood, it was just everybody came together. So it really solidified the charm and how great Oxford was for our family and to raise a family. But like I said, I am grateful to start working for the city of Oxford. I am definitely learning new things, getting to know more about our community. And I'm in a good position to learn more about our community and given the opportunity to communicate everything that's happening is going to be a great. This is awesome that we're starting this podcast because it is a great new way to really communicate to people here.
Absolutely. And I'll kind of reiterate for the beginning part, our goal here is to talk to you all about the projects that are going on in the city of Oxford. So you can be aware. If you see a construction crew out there, or maybe you see some people out standing in front of a huge building, or you see a building being torn down, or maybe you just want to know more about the events. The goal here is to keep you informed in a new way, but also to kind of give you guys some insights into city employees,
Yeah.
what a lot of us do on the daily, and how either we can be supportive of you or how you can be supportive of us.
Yeah.
And super excited that Trey, who hasn't said a
Yay.
word besides hello, so kind of what the outline will look like is, we'll come in twice a month and we'll have a topic, which we will release beforehand. And Trey will collect questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to send to him, and we will do our best to answer them during the podcast for you. So before we head out, Sabrina has one last announcement. But other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in to our first podcast. So Sabrina, what is our announcement for today?
So the city of Oxford is partnering with the Help Center of North Carolina. This is an annual event that the city of Oxford's been doing. How many years do you know?
Ever since I've been here, so 4 years.
Okay, all right.
Maybe it was before, but I know 4.
So this is a project that was kind of delegated to me, and so I'm just trying to push the information out that it's a food drive for the holidays. It's the holidays is about being thankful. It's about giving. And if anyone can help in any way or give in any way, we're just asking for canned goods, dry goods. That way, with everything that we're collecting, we can, drop it off at the help center and they can distribute to the families that are really in need. It's very important as a community that we all come together. Kind of like one of those things where they say it takes a village to help raise children, it takes a community to help each other.
Absolutely. It's not a single organization or a single person. It's all of us working together.
Yeah. So if there's anybody who wants to help in any way, volunteering is always a good way. Donating is always a good way. We're asking the community, we're asking different businesses. And our drop off center is at City Hall, which is 300 Williamsboro Street. And then as soon as you walk into City Hall, into the atrium, there is a big bucket that has our food drive sign on there.
What are the dates?
So we are doing it. It started on November 1st, and we're doing it all the way through December 15th.
Awesome. I will say also, so that means that it will be happening during our Lighting of the Greens and Christmas parade. So we will have a drop-off section at our Lighting of the Greens area. So if you want to come on over to Lighting of the Greens and see all of the great performances that we're going to have, definitely bring some canned goods with you.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you had some fun and bear with us as we try out this new communication platform. And Trey, thank you so much for being awesome.
Thank you, Trey.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
So guys, just to reiterate what this podcast is for, City Talk is a way for Sabrina and I to kind of give you guys more of an insight into what's happening throughout the city of Oxford. So this could be projects, it could be events. It's also just giving a look into the daily lives and the work of our city employees. So we're going to try to have some city department heads, officials, even some of our public works employees or whoever is willing to come out and talk about their lives and their work here for you guys. And what we will do, we will have this podcast twice a month through Next Door Radio, and we will release the topic ahead of time. And you can send us, so send actually to Sabrina, our communication specialist, send us your questions that you may have about these particular topics. And we will do our best to answer them during the podcast. And even if it's just a comment that you would like us to touch on, and maybe it's not a question, but you have a concern, we'll also try to address that concern as well. So Sabrina can be reached at...
You can go on the website. All my information's on the website as a communication specialist, or you can just go to social media at oxfordnc.org. Submit all those questions there, and then on our next podcast, we will go ahead and answer them to the best of our knowledge.
Yep, sounds good.